Alright guys, and welcome back to the Williams save on Motorsport Manager. Today we're going to be building the car for next season and then doing the Dubai Grand Prix and seeing just how we perform. We've got £122 million to spend, and for me, I'm going to be going for what I think is the best engine, which is probably the BMW. The fuel efficiency isn't great, which will change our strategy no end, but for me, that's what we're going to go with. Plus 51 base stat modifier, 32 million. We've got plenty to spend, so I'm not really worried on how expensive it costs. So we'll whack that one in the van. We're going to be a BMW car. We can mess around with the sliders a little bit to try and get the best out of the car. In terms of nose height, I think we're still going to stick with... I want to have less tyre wear. I'm going to be 100% honest, so if I'm thinking 2-star tyre wear, 1.5 star on fuel efficiency. Our fuel supplier. So I think if we go for someone like maybe Petronas on this one, Petronas or Shell, realistically, they've got very strong fuel efficiency, and obviously with us not going for fuel efficiency in terms of the actual car, if we can then get in the fuel itself, I think we're going to go Shell. Try and help that fuel efficiency up a little bit. And that now means we can fidget about with this again just a little bit, just to try and make things a little bit better. We want to try and keep the tyre wear down. 3-star for fuel efficiency isn't necessarily a bad thing. We can then also mess about with this, but it shouldn't really make too much of a difference. It doesn't, so we're going to stick with that. Material supplier, we basically have the choice of Williams or Dallara, is that? Well, I think Dallara is probably where we're looking in terms of that right now. I think Dallara definitely, because they're a lot better than us. So if we go with Dallara and then put a bit more into that, so the tyre wear is looking really good on our car at the moment. And then the brake supplier, we want the best possible brakes that we can get, obviously. Tyre wear again, tyre heating is obviously where we're looking at here. So I'm thinking Brembo, if I'm honest. I think Brembo are probably going to offer us the best brakes there. So if we do that, our car looking relatively good at the moment. And then battery supplier. Now this one is massive. How do you choose the best brakes? Again, I'm looking at Morelli here. Thinking Morelli. I think that's the one we went for last year. And I think they did quite well. They were decent. I'm going to go with them again, Morelli. And that means the car in total, if we have a look, it was Morelli last season. We went with Endless, Dallara, BP and Mercedes. We were in a Mercedes car last season. I forgot about that. Well, we're not anymore. We're a BMW car. All in all, when it comes to this, I'm quite happy. Maybe if we push it that way. So it's 3.5 star, 3.5 star. I'm looking at this car and I'm very happy with it at the moment. Very happy. Yeah. 3.5 star on everything. You know, 73 million, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So we will continue with that 73 million going out of the kitty. And that is going to be the car. Now, it's going to ask us to do a livery at some point, which I will do off camera, because otherwise we're going to be here forever. I won't lie. And if we skip along, it's just going to absolutely fly through here. Apparently there's a fuel supply breakthrough dilemma. Just got off the phone, they've made with a new, brand new, super high octane fuel. So anything, yeah, improve the chances, we'll do that. Right, I am going to hop off now and we will go straight into the Dubai Grand Prix with this new car and a new chassis, which I will show you. New livery, sorry, which I will show you. I'll see you guys in a minute. Welcome to Dubai. We've had a very good practice session with this new car where we have Finished 1 and 2, over a second ahead of anybody else. Obviously, it doesn't really show us exactly where we are, to be honest, and we're going to find out a hell of a lot more in this qualifying. Ilott was faster than Russell, though. That we do know. Will he be faster in the qualifying and the race? I don't know. But at the moment, in terms of setups, Russell is more comfortable with his setup. Ilott is happy enough with his setup. I'm expecting, hopefully, a very good qualifying. Let's get right into this. Let's click that start qualifying and let's get these lads up there, hopefully. There should be, yeah, it's a shorter qualifying session now. So we're going to send Russell out first, as he was the lead car last season. So he's earned the right to have maybe 2 shots, which he should get through him going first. We're going to alternate that each weekend. So next weekend it will be Ilott who goes out first, and we'll get the second run in qualifying. So to make it fair, that's what I'm planning anyway. Hopefully it works out exactly how we want it. Therefore, it'd be fair between Russell and Ilott. And if one of them then starts to take the championship or have an idea of winning the championship, then they will have priority and they will come out first and then go third every weekend. Because I can only really see us having 3 runs, if I'm honest with you. I do not think it's possible for both drivers to have 2 runs each, in the fact that these are only 8-minute sessions now. I'd love for them to be able to have 2 runs each, and we will find out whether it's possible this weekend. But I don't think, off the top of my head, I'm planning that there's only 3 runs in this. We will find out though, obviously. Right. So Russell has gone second. He's slower than Hulkenberg by quite some margin as well. More track grip is coming. There's no rain on the horizon. We're just waiting for now for Russell to go in so I could actually send him back out. To be fair, Ilott isn't doing badly here. Speed this up a little bit and that should see. There we go. Now we can send Russell back out. New set of super softs. As he will now look to set a time. Ilott's gone 6th. Ilott has gone 6th fastest. He seems to be just suited to this car a little better than George. Whether that is the track grip, I don't know. But at the moment, it was the same in practice. He just seems a little bit quicker this season at the moment, or at least this race weekend, than George. Right, so he's now gone out. I've got time. I've got time to do it again. So here comes Ilott. He will have another run as well. Both drivers will be able to have 2 runs. At least this weekend. I think it will depend on the track. I'm trying to keep an eye on his sector. He is green in sector 1, is Russell. He is green, so that's good. Still 4/10 down there. It's quite a margin to be down after the first sector. Which I hope Ilott gets this up a little bit. Need a quick last sector from George. He's put himself in 10th. And Ilott, here he comes for his final lap. So George, at most, is going to be 10th. Ilott, after sector 1, is slower. He's slower. He's got to have a big sector 2 here. He hasn't. Callum Ilott will not be improving. And at the moment, 8th is what he's looking at. Russell's looking at 10th. We're looking to be the 3rd best car this season. That's the plan. We want to be the 3rd best car. We were last year. We want to be there again. Well, we've got, from this, we've got a lot of work to be done. A lot of work. Lando Norris seems to have been dropped. Does Lando Norris. And there is a car here that I can't work out who it is, but Danny Kvyat is in it. So Norris has been dropped by McLaren for Thomas Prainig. Is it Alpine? Kvyat's in an Alpine. Ocon has been dropped. Ocon dropped there. And in the AlphaTauri, I think it's Tsunoda who's been dropped. Because I swear I've seen Gasly somewhere. Where's Pierre Gasly? There he is. So, yeah, a few of the main drivers dropping out now as Sergio Secamara goes into AlphaTauri. Danny Kvyat gets his seat at Alpine. Obviously, Mazepin and Schumacher are back in the Haas as UNI dropped out. Be interested to see how they do. Be interested to see how Haas do here. And now we do head to race day. Starting 10th and 8th. Ilott quicker than Russell. There are 35 laps in this race. The tyres. So these will last about 11 to 13 laps. 15 to 17 and 20 to 22. You could theoretically try a one-stop. Whether that will work. See, I think we try a one-stop with Russell. As he's starting lower back, he has to be the one who has the experimental strategy. So he will start on the soft tyre and then go onto the medium. So that's what Russell's doing. And with Ilott, we will stick to probably a super soft, medium strategy. Or a super soft, medium, super soft, so he's quicker at the end. I think that's the way I'm going to go with it. So experimental strategy for Russell, and what I think pretty much everyone else is doing for Ilott. And the grid for this Grand Prix is Lewis Hamilton on pole, Daniel Ricciardo starts second, Max Verstappen third, Valtteri Bottas fourth. On the third row we have Thomas Preinig in his first Grand Prix. Scott McLaughlin is sixth. Nico Hulkenberg starts seventh alongside our very own Callum Ilott in eighth. Pierre Gasly is ninth and George Russell 10th. On the sixth row we have Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso. On the seventh row is Sebastian Vettel and Sergio Camara. Charles Leclerc starts 15th on old mediums and Mick Schumacher will start 16th. Daniel Kvyat is 17th and Kimi Raikkonen 18th. Nikita Mazepin is 19th and Antonio Giovinazzi will start in 20th. We need a big start from Ilott. Big start from Ilott. And it's go, go, go. And Ilott hasn't got away. In fact, he's actually blocked off Russell. So Ilott's dropped down to 10th. And he's blocked Russell, who was going to be making a move on him. And now Russell does make that move. Russell is past Ilott. And Ilott just falls back. And all of a sudden, the experimental strategy is the all-important one. Will it work? Russell's in 10th. And we just got to hope he can somehow pull this one-stop off. He's got to try and pull the one-stop off. Alonso's 3. You'd expect him to on super softs. Giovinazzi's had an insane start. I think Alonso went a little wide there as Russell gets himself back into 10th. Alonso now will surely look to fight his way back past. And now with Russell, we're going to use that ERS to hopefully just pull away a little bit. And with Ilott, we need to try and combat this. This is not a very good start at all. And right now, Russell is right up behind Bottas in 9th. And Ilott is back up to 12th. So we're not out of the points. But there's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. McLaughlin has crashed. Is it a yellow flag that's going to bring out a safety car? No. Ultimately, that's what we learnt there. That isn't going to bring out a safety car. And Russell has Alonso right behind him. Now, I expect Alonso to get past on those super softs. And he will with the ERS. There we go. He's through. If Ilott does end up getting right behind Russell, I will demand Russell lets Ilott through because they're not racing each other. They're on completely different strategies. And that is important. If they were on the same strategy, obviously I wouldn't do that. But since they are on completely different strategies, in terms of the team game, Ilott needs to be let through if he's quicker. Right now, he's not. He isn't. He's stuck behind Russell, but he's not actually getting it up behind him. There we go. Now, allow teammate through as Ilott gets a little bit closer, and we'll just swap them over. And if Ilott doesn't pull away, like he should do, then we will be swapping them back. Or in fact, the ERS of Russell there will get him right up behind him. But I think rather than... are we going to swap them back? We're going to swap them back. We've got to. I think. There we go. We have to. We had to swap them back over there because Russell's quicker. Russell is quicker. in terms of race pace, Russell's quicker. Are we wasting time swapping cars constantly? Probably. I like with ERS will probably get back past Russell if I hit it. And right soon I'm going to have to because he's got that Aston Martin right behind him. So we're going to hit that now. And that Aston Martin is right there. Who is that? That is Vettel. Sebastian Vettel, who's on the same strategy as Russell, is right on the tail of Callum Ilott, who's now getting up behind George Russell again. And here he needs to get past. He does need to get past. What we'll do is we'll ERS it a little bit with Russell, try and get away. And with Ilott, we'll ERS. He's staying up for this one extra lap. And he will now be pitting this lap for a set of medium tyres. Get him to the end of the Grand Prix. Well, no, not him. He won't be going to the end of the Grand Prix. That's stupid of me. He's going to be pitting again. George, on the other hand, who has lost, let's be honest, he's lost Gasly and Bottas and all that lot in front. He's definitely lost them. In fact, we might go on to the conserve strategy a little bit with him. Put him on high and hope for the best. And Ilott coming out of the pits will now use his ERS, try and make some moves. He's just behind Alonso. So Russell now, we're conserving the tyres and we are trying to get that car to about lap 13, 14 on this set of tyres, ready for the one-stop strategy. Hamilton's in the pits. He'll come out ahead of us still, I think, because he's got that much of a gap. Yeah, he's in fact come out right behind Bottas. And now it's all about what can we do in terms of this car and how far it can go. Gasly's tyres, he's pitting now. VSC, should I come in for a pit stop? Well, no, you shouldn't. Definitely not you. The big question, Russell. Because he's coming onto that pit straight. Do we bring Russell in? Oh, them tyres, are they going to last if we bring him in, though? That's then the question. He's going to save a lot of time in a VSC. We're going to do it. We're going to bring him in. We're going to stick him on mediums. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly here for Russell as he comes through. Gasly's also going to save time here. So as we come out, we should be quite high up the order here. We're 6th. We are 6th. Fantastic VSC for us there. The likes of Ilott, Alonso, Verstappen, Perez, all of those have missed out big time. Missed out big time there, and we have taken advantage as Vettel's now pit. I don't know why he didn't pit then. Same with Leclerc. Why didn't he pit then? And we will try and nurture these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. And if we can't, then we do have track position anyway. So it's not the end of the world. We'll see. How is that gap with Kamara? The gap's actually half decent to Kamara at the moment, so we haven't got to worry too much. Leclerc in front is pitting this lap, and to be fair, is going quite slowly. So let's let him pit. He's now really cost himself as well, to be honest. He should have pit under the VSC. And right now, we are 4th. We are 4th in the Grand Prix. We've got a strategy that may work. It might not. It might not work. But it may work. If we can nurture the tyres, we may be able to get to the end of the Grand Prix. And we could win it from here. We could definitely, well, not win it, but the likes of Hamilton's going to be pitting again. He's probably opening his gap enough, I'd feel, to pit and be ahead of us. Bottas is only 7 seconds up the road. Gasly's only 2 seconds up the road. 2 seconds up the road. I'm not particularly worried about the likes of Gasly, if I'm honest. Hulkenberg behind is a threat, but once again, I'm looking at his tyre degradation. I'm thinking he's probably going to be pitting again as well. I think there's definitely a podium. There's definitely a podium on the cards for us here. Ilott's up to 10th. So in terms of highlight, it's not the end of the world at the moment. He's up to 10th. He's doing all right. And he will be on the faster tyre at the back end of the Grand Prix. So the likes of Leclerc, who are going to be pitted again from the Super Soft, I feel like he will be going on to the Super Soft. And he'll be in a cracking position to have a real go at the points. And George will just keep tootling around at the moment in a little race of his own, knowing that if everything goes to plan, he won't pit again. If he does, it'll be for Super Softs. If he does, he's almost guaranteed to coming out in 4th. And then he'll be on faster tyres at the back end of the Grand Prix against the likes of Hulkenberg, Gasly. Bottas is probably a little out of reach, in all fairness, I will admit. But Eilert, right now, is doing alright. 10th place, around about where I'd want him to be. He's doing fine. Russell, doing alright. We'll speed this up a little bit. Just keep an eye on that gap to Hulkenberg. It will come down, I feel, but Hulkenberg's tyres are going as well. Let's not forget that. Hulkenberg's tyres are going. So Eilert is up to 8th, but that is with cars. So we're going to slow it back down a little bit. 54%, 10 laps to go. Be interested to see if these tyres do go to the end. Because Gasly will be pitting again soon. Hulkenberg's pitting again soon. He could be in a race of his own. I'm hearing some strange noises out the engine. 10 laps to go. I think it's going to be fine. We're going to pit Eilert this lap. And he will take the Super Softs then to the end. I don't want to fix that part, and I'm not going to. I'm going to risk it. If he ends up blowing out on him, I think if we fix it, he doesn't get points anyway. So, yeah, he can toot around doing his thing. George is having a really good race. He really is. He's having a very good race out there. Eilert's pitted. He's come back out in 14th. And now he'll use his ERS to hopefully try and get back up to a couple of these cars in front now. And Russell is running in 3rd. Hamilton's got the race won. That I could tell you right now, because he's eating that gap up to Bottas. So he's got this race won. With us, and I'm looking at that tyre degradation, I'm thinking maybe he's not going to make it to the end. I won't lie, I'm starting to look at Russell and think, it's gonna be a tight one. It is going to be a tight one. Bottas has now pit. Where is Bottas? He's down in 11th. Jeez. Eilert's up into 10th. Yeah, I know. Ignore. We're just going to try and nurse this car home. Yeah, ignore. Come on, lads. We've got another retirement. Kamara has now retired from the race. Russell, it's all about him and Verstappen at this point. He's got 34% left in his tyres. He's not pitting again, I can tell you that right now. Definitely not pitting again. Eilert's past Alonso, so Eilert's now into 9th place. 4 laps to go. We're at 31% with Russell. He's got a 15-second gap to Max Verstappen behind. Can he get a 2nd place in Dubai? Or will the tyres give out? Will the car give out? We know there are issues with Russell and Eilert's cars at the moment. I think they're going to hold out. I really hope they're going to hold out. 3 laps to go. He's sat with 25%. Eilert's in 8th. Eilert's up to 8th. Fantastic from Eilert. And Russell, who's done this one-stop strategy. It was the gamble. It was the gamble. And right now, he's doing everything he can to ensure that he keeps the car between the white lines. And he crosses that line. He's got 2 laps of the track to go. Eilert's down in 10th. Eilert's all the way down in 10th. I don't know how that happened. Maybe, I think he's probably gone wide. The amount of time he's lost, I think he's probably gone wide. Or maybe the car is giving up on him. I think the car's giving up on Eilert. It is indeed. We just hope that doesn't happen to Russell on his final lap. The car has given up on Eilert, but with Russell, he's on 15%. The gap's 13 seconds. It would take a massive mechanical failure now, surely. An absolute massive one. Yeah, Eilert's gone. Eilert has completely gone. His engine's gone, but Russell gets a second place in the first race of the third season. Fantastic drive to make the one-stop work. In the end, no matter what strategy we did with Eilert, it wasn't going to work, unfortunately. Four retirements in this race. McLaughlin, Praining, Kamara and Hulkenberg. But be happy, because George Russell, he starts off as he means to go on with a second place finish in Dubai. The one stop absolutely worked a treat. I ain't gonna lie, obviously the virtual safety car helped us as well. But 2 Brits on the top 2 steps is fantastic. Eilert, it could have been a lot better, yes. Mechanical failure, unfortunately. We will make sure that is fixed for next race. Check the car, make sure no rules are broken. Of course they aren't broken. Please tell me Hamilton's broke the rules. He hasn't, unfortunately. But there you have it. It's Lewis Hamilton who wins the first race of the third season. George Russell with a fantastic drive, going from 10th to 2nd. Eilert, unfortunately, all the way down in 14th in the end. Nikita Mazepin, back in F1 for the first time in a year. Picks up his first point and has to get a point. Fantastic for them. But yeah, absolutely over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon. Can't lie to you. Cracking start. 3rd in the championship because Red Bull picked up got 2 drivers in the points, which means they ended up on 23 points and we end up on 18. We will be trying to catch Red Bull and compete with them. We need the car to be a bit more reliable. Something I will be working on over the next couple of weekends to make sure we don't have that same issue with Eilert as we had this race weekend. But all in all, very exciting times at Williams. That car looks really, really strong in terms of race pace. Qualifying not so much, but definitely race pace. It seems to have it at the moment. Very much looking forward to next race weekend, which is in Italy. I love Italy. I think it's that Italian track. It's just like a circle almost, and it's just quick. It's so quick. Yep, there we go. Short track. Love it. Can't wait. If you're buzzing for Series 3 as much as I am, then please drop the video a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in Italy.